Hey, I'm back again in a quiet house this afternoon while my husband goes to pick up the children. I found that I can be quite productive around this time if I have finished doing what I need to do online. And I have. I don't always. Sometimes I'm still working. So, I'm going to take advantage of it because I thought about some more things that I should have included in yesterday's video about what I wish I knew before moving to Rwanda. So, let's get back into it. I'm going to do a little recap. Yesterday, I just expressed some of the things that I wish I had been told, I had researched, I had thought about before we came here to Rwanda. So, one of them I said my most prevalent one that comes up often is that I wish I had brought more with me. And I wish I had known that I could have, or I wish I had thought about bringing it in a tote on the plane, checking extra baggage or cargo. So for me, I said I wish I had gotten a storage crate or storage tote and filled that with things that I really feel like I need the most or want to have. It could be a box, it could be a large piece of luggage, another bag for you, whatever. It's going to be less expensive than shipping a container, shipping a barrel, or probably having family members to send it later from the US. So that was one thing I wish I knew. The other was hit the ground running, knowing the visa that you need to get and being prepared to get it immediately. We second guessed ourselves and we didn't get the reciprocity visa within the first 30 days because there were some ebbs and flows to our work situation and some things that we were considering and changes or what have you. But if we had just gone on and got it, that would have been peace of mind. We would already have that for 10 years. We would just travel back and forth between wherever we wanted to go at the 6 month mark, which is required for that visa. But we would have had peace of mind. It had been done, and we wouldn't continue to get extensions and pay for those. So we're getting the reciprocity visa. That's settled, but I would suggest you hit the ground knowing which one, be prepared to do it in the first 30 days while you have the tourist visa. The other one is give yourself some time when you first get here. If you have to look for a house, don't assume that you will find one quickly just because there are a lot of them on the market, because there are. So I still want to be clear about that. Don't be afraid. There are a lot of options, but you might need more time to find the right option for you. The area might be great, but the house might be too small, or the house might be amazing, but it's not quite in your budget, or the roads might not be good, or the distance from the school might not be great, but the house and the price of the house are wonderful. So there are a lot. If all the puzzle pieces need to fit, you need to give yourself some time to find the house that meets all of your needs. And you may not find that in a week and a half, or 2 weeks. So I suggest getting a 1 month rental, because if you're going the Airbnb route, you're going to spend at least about $300, depending on the size of your family and the accommodations, um, to stay somewhere for a week. And you can get a furnished condo, apartment, or house for $450 for the entire month. And you got time to just do your due diligence without the stress of having to find somewhere else to stay if you did not find something. The other thing is bring your must haves, y'all. I'm just saying, yeah, I talked myself out of a lot of things that I gave away or left behind, um, that I wish I had. And there are things here, like I said, keeping in mind that they may be challenging to find. They're probably going to be a lot more expensive than what you paid for them. And just you just want to already have it, because then you save time. You don't have to go looking for it. So bring your must haves. You, of course, go through the process of evaluating what those things are. And if you can't bring them, leave them with a family member, a friend. Maybe your next visit to the States, you can get it, or what have you. Don't give it to the Goodwill and be pining after it months later, like I am with some of my vintage coats or what have you. So yeah, I've got to learn to let go. So I'm going through that process. Simple life, you know, scaling down. These are things that we need to do really to develop good character. So working through that, and getting there, because I have learned that I can live with a lot less than have had, that I have ever had to live with in my life. I'm living with a whole lot less than I've ever had to live with in my life because, you only need what you need. Everything else is a want. Some things are essential, and other things are not. So I'm getting over some of this stuff. Other things, I can't wait to get that box from my mama or go home and get them. So that leads me to this perfect segue. Okay. For some of the things I suggest you might want to think about bringing, that I have had a hard time finding here, or that I have found to be expensive, or that, we're in a expat group of mostly Black Americans. And it's so funny to see some of the stuff that they can't wait to go back home and get, or things I brought my US haul back, and they'll show pictures of things that they brought back that cannot find here. You won't find them. Like, one of the things that I wish I had got more of: go to BJ's, Sam's, Costco's, or whomever, and get, if you need deodorant or skincare products, facial products, um, that for sensitive skin, like if you have eczema. Our daughter has eczema. It's not bad, thankfully. It's well under control, but I would like to have had, some Nivea, or some Eucerin, some specific creams and skincare products for eczema. They can be found here. There is a, American guy from New Jersey who has been here about 3 years. He is an investor in um, a pharmacy and store called Good Life. It's in Kigali, Rwanda, in Sonatube. For anybody who is already here in Rwanda, his name is Atif. He's real cool. Homie. He's from New Jersey, but he went to Morehouse. So we got the Atlanta connection. And he has, several things from the States, and that lotion being one of them. I can't think of the name. You guys know one of the best lotions for eczema. I'll probably think of it. But anyway, Abino. Yeah, he has that and some other things. I saw him in the store. I asked him, I need multivitamins for children that are chewables, because I'm seeing all these syrups around here, and a lot of them are not very efficient and effective with a good potent amount of the different multivitamins and minerals and things of that nature that they need. He ordered that and brought it in. It's a little pricier, but if you like elderberry gummies for if you have a cold, those are not here. Haven't seen those, especially elderberry with zinc or vitamin C. Bring those kinds of things with you, certain multivitamins and supplements and things like that. Bring that with you. Like I was saying, deodorant, I like to use an aluminum free deodorant. I don't want to put toxins in my skin. There's enough going on out in the environment. Um, and I prefer, a particular brand. It's very expensive here. In fact, that brand, they only have it as a roll on, and I like to use a solid. So if you're particular about things like that, then bring those things with you. And that's why I started to say, go to Costco, Sam's, or whoever, and get you the package of several, or get the larger size, and pack that and bring it. Y'all, this is for those of you who, especially for you, if you have children. Ziploc bags, okay? Snack bags, storage bags for the freezer. They don't have them here because they are an eco-friendly society. Plastics, um, the, you're not finding a whole lot of plastics. In fact, in the stores, you will receive brown paper bags. Your items will be put in brown paper bags, and they don't have holes for handles. They'll roll the top, just like they call them envelopes, like a lunch bag that we would use, or a grocery bag. The brown paper grocery bags, they're not that big. Um, but anyway, so plastics are not something that's big here. So bring your Ziploc bags, your closed top plastic bags, little snack bags, or what have you. I'm telling you, because when sending the children to school with snacks or whatever, I was having to use plastic containers until a friend of mine who went to Canada got some. So those you might bring. An alarm clock. Now, I have not seen digital alarm clocks that were in the price range that I like. Like I told you, I am a bargain shopper. I'm quite frugal. Um, and my prices, the what I think is reasonable, you might think is just way too cheap. But I've been able to live my life finding things in my price range for a long time. Some every once in a while, I'll splurge. Every once in a while, I know that I need to spend the price of whatever it is. But for the most part, I'm not paying more than I think I should pay for it. And there are a lot of things here that cost more than I think they should cost, but I understand why, because it's important, like I said. And so a digital alarm clock, maybe one with a CD player or something like that, MP3 player or charger for your cell phone, things like that, because they're small, you could put in your adapter. You might want to bring, because like I said, I haven't seen many, maybe two, and they were very expensive. Even nice decorative wall clocks, we don't have one. I now, because I'm a bargain shopper and I'm used to and familiar with Facebook Marketplace, oh, your girl will find her some bargains and deals on Facebook Marketplace. But of course, with that, you run the risk of other people getting things before you. So I'm like, wait a minute, what time are these folks getting up looking at these posts? Yeah, you mean it's gone already? It's not available. Oh man, so um but I found a clock and we have it in our kitchen. It was the first clock that I had seen, and I was able to get it for $5. Monopoly game. So I make it a priority, as a very, very, very high priority of mine, to make home feel like home as soon as possible for my children. Right. So we're dealing with the stress and minor trauma of moving to another continent. About 4 weeks in, I was like, we need some board games. We need some Uno cards. We need Monopoly. We need checkers. We need, something to make bring some normalcy to the children's lives. And the same woman that was selling the clock and a couple of other kitchen items, like a strainer and some storage containers and things like that I needed, was also selling the Monopoly game. So it's good to look on Facebook Marketplace. A lot of times they'll say, well, are you interested in this? I have some other things that are not posted. So I'm always open. Yes, send me pictures, send them to the WhatsApp, and I'll look and I'll see what you have. It is that way that I was able to save a lot of money to put pillows on my couch, because, as I mentioned before, pillows, decorative items such as nice wall clocks, vases, um, pictures. I like textural art, texts that, say home sweet home, or, and that's a little corny, I wouldn't have that in. Gather together at the table, or hello, or faith, or love, whatever. The things where you have texts and words for art and framed things like that are here scattered about. It's not like you can go to a Home Goods or a Hobby Lobby or At Home. They don't have those here. So you may want to bring some things like that as well, small decorative items that you like, but you may also find them on Facebook Marketplace with people who are selling them. And like what I'm trying to say, and I'm stumbling over my words, is there are times when people are selling other things that they do not have photographed, and you might ask, are you selling anything else? Because there are diplomats and individuals who move in temporarily, or people just coming just to try Africa out and see how it is, and then they plan to go back home or move on to another continent or another country, and they can't take everything with them. So use that as an opportunity to find some of the things that you didn't bring with you that you like to have at your disposal. Y'all, seasonings. No Old Bay, ain't no Lowry's. Onion powder, I don't even think we found. Garlic powder, we have found. Basil, turmeric, cumin, thyme, lots of other things. Curry, black pepper, white pepper, paprika. A lot of the basics we have, but some of the combinations that you may be used to cooking with. Mrs. Dash is not going to be here. Lemon pepper season is not going to be here. Of course, we just can do fresh black pepper ground. You can do that with fresh squeezed lemon juice. But if you like the seasoning, I'm gonna need you to bring it with you, okay? Because it's not here. Your feelings gonna be hurt when you're trying to make some jambalaya. Ain't no jambalaya seasoning up in here for you. It's not. So that might be something else you want to bring. See, these are things I wish I knew. I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Listen to your girl. Grits. There is polenta here. They have a lot of corn and they grind it down for corn flour, corn starch, maize flour, they would call it here. But the consistency I found, I have not found a good one. I do remember that there was an individual on our WhatsApp group that said they found some. I can't remember. So there obviously must be some around somewhere. But I'm a Southern girl. I am literally a grit girl raised in the South. So I'm needing grits to be right. And they were just more fine. It was softer. I kind of liked it. The children weren't used to it, and, like, and the flavor was good too. So I've just gone with the polenta whenever I can find the finest ground, not a rough ground small polenta that's not too fine. But stuff like that. Cream of wheat, it's not here. If your children are used to something like that, you may want to bring it. I don't know. They may have to get over it. They have some other porridges here that my son has tried, and he likes them. We've substituted. We're moving on in life with that. But I'm just letting you know if that's something you want. Granola is like $13 here, y'all. A box of granola is very expensive. Now, you can get steel cut oats or rolled oats if you can find them. They're not easily accessible. I don't think I have found any yet. I've tried some oats. They were more like quick oats. And so you can't really make granola out of those. But you could bake your own oats with little cinnamon, little brown sugar, some, add your raisins later, add your nuts later. But the oats have to be toasted for a good long period of time. And you can make your own granola. Because it's extremely expensive here. So that might be something else you want to get in bulk. Go to the dry goods section of Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or where is it? Earth Fair, somewhere like that sells things in bulk and bring something. If you are I need a granola in the morning kind of person because I need my fiber and I want to add my fruit and my nuts to it, then granola is probably something you're going to want to bring here because I was done after the first 2 months of not having granola. I was like, come on. We're vegan, so I'm not scrambling no eggs. I don't have any sausage. Can I just get some granola? My husband went and got some granola. The least expensive box we have found is $5.50 here. So it's not too bad. It goes quickly because we like granola. So anyway, so there's that. Let's stay in the kitchen. A skillet. Skillets are here, of course, but they're very expensive. And I'm just really trying to make sure that I get across, especially to those who cook, you foodies, people that are going to stay in and cook most of your meals and not order out because it's easy to just order, get Booba to bring you some food. They will go pretty much anywhere. Lots of restaurants on the app. You can even grocery shop on the app, which is great. That's a beautiful convenience. But if you cook or you have a certain dietary preference, there are certain kitchen gadgets that make cooking more efficient and pleasant for you, and you can cook more efficiently. You got to bring those things. And so finding a large skillet that'll cook, fry up, let's say some home fried potatoes or stuff, enough for my family of 5. It's way too expensive. So we've just bought a regular size one and it's not the best quality. So we'll probably have to replace it and get another one. So you might want to bring a skillet or two with, another thing is I don't know about the cost of a good one that will have a nonstick coating. I have some friends who have great kitchen gadgets and wonderful things in their kitchen, but they're making some pretty good money. So, or they don't have as many children as I do or what have you. So like I said, they're here. Just be prepared to pay a pretty penny for certain things. And a skillet is one of them. Another thing is I like, especially in my guest bathroom, for it to look nice. And so I like to have a toothbrush holder soap dispenser, preferably matching or something cute, something that looks nice or what have you. And I saw about 4 or 5 toothbrush holders and soap dispenser sets, the matching sets, or even individual ones. The price range was $30 for the least expensive one and 50 for the most expensive one I saw, because they are imported and they are not made here. And I said, "Oh my goodness." I think the lady is an American lady that sends things here and has a store. She's charging a pretty penny, because there are a lot of things in that store from J.C. Penney's, because I recognize the brand. The girl was trying to charge me $50 for a blouse. I said, no, no, no. This is Worthington. I'm not paying $50. I wasn't gonna pay $50 for it if it was Gucci, because I'm just not. That's not me. Though. I'm a bargain shopper. I don't pay for names. I pay for quality. So that if you need a soap dispenser with a matching little cup and a toothbrush holder, that's something you want to do. You want to bring that with you. Um, and then the last thing is, if you're a cold natured, a heavy duty jacket, a heavy jacket, a light coat, you might want to bring them, because it gets chilly here. You're thinking, I'm moving to Africa, so I don't need nothing. It gets chilly in Rwanda because of the elevation. So I hope that helps, guys. If I think of anything else, I'll be back. Okay.